guys, and welcome to Escape Wheel Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're looking at a couple variants of the Pagani Design PD1692. Both of these watches were sent to the channel for free, so this one here was lent to the channel for review, and then he just told me to keep it because he wouldn't wear it. And then this one here was sent by Pagani Design, but you know by now you're always going to get my honest opinion on these reviews, so just keep that in mind throughout the review though. So the PD1692, it comes in 6 different dial options. You have the Air King here, which is the new hotness. So this one here just released. This one's been around for quite a while, so they do have the Air King. They've got the Explorer, which uses batons, and the 369 applied dial. They have this, I'm going to call it a Submariner style dial. They have that in blue, as you see here. And just keep in mind that this is about the blue you're going to get, not what the listing shows right here. You can see the difference. Or they have it in a silver or a white. And then they have it in black with white lume, and then in black with Fotina lume. The retail price for these watches, it's about $110 or so, but these definitely go on sale, and I know for sure these are going to be under $90 in the upcoming sale, so keep that in mind. I think it's a great price for this watch. The watch is made of 316L stainless steel. It has a sapphire crystal. It's got screw-down crown, screw-down case back, 200 meters of claimed water resistance, a stainless steel bracelet and clasp, and they're both powered by the Seiko NH35 automatic movement. I say let's get right into the review, but before we do, wrist check for the day. Wearing my San Martin and Watch Dives Black Bay 58 homage. I think this is an excellent watch. I'll be doing a review on this one, but probably not until like later in July. I've got a vacation coming up, so yeah, so just keep an eye out for that. But really cool watch though. I do really like it. Yeah, so let's get into the dimensions. I'm just going to keep this one up here for now, and I'll probably just bring that in for the lume shot and the dial, and that's it, because these are identical otherwise. So got a case diameter of 39.5. I know I measured this before at 39.7, so somewhere in there. A case thickness of 11.4, 20 millimeter lug width, lug to lug of 49.1. Sorry, you guys can't read that, but 49.1. End link to end link of 52 millimeters. So it's the same size for both of these watches. They're a little bit big, but I actually think they wear pretty good on anything like 7 inches or above. Even you could probably even get like 6 3/4. Yeah, I mean, I think they're perfectly acceptable for that as well, especially when you swap this out to a strap. And I do think this thing looks pretty good on some straps. So I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on the wrist for you. So here's the blue one on my 7.5 inch wrist, and you can see it wears just fine for me. You know, a little bit long on the overall lug to lug, but still very manageable for my wrist size, and probably a little bit smaller than mine. 7 inches is probably fine. Even a little bit under that is probably still fine. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good though. Got lots of light play off of that bezel. Bracelet, it's fine. Perfectly comfortable, balanced, all that stuff. You can see down the wrist shot, looks pretty good. And getting it out in some direct sunlight, you can see really nice sunburst pattern there. Coming across a little purple on my screen, so hopefully it's definitely like a dark kind of a steel blue color in real life. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It does look really good though, and still plenty legible, even direct sunlight there. You know, AR coating on the crystal does a really good job. I'm going to go throw the Air King on, and then I'm going to throw down some straps as well. So let's do it. And here is the Air King dial, 7.5 inch wrist, and I think it looks really good. Yeah, it definitely has some AR coating on the crystal, keeps it nice and clear and legible. Really happy with that. You got that pop of green with the second hand and the text at the 6 o'clock position. I think it does look really good. Again, down the wrist shot is going to be the same. Looks really good though. And out in direct sunlight, again, it's all the same. The anti-reflective coating does a really good job. You see you got some play off of the dial there with the applied indices and the applied logo. I think it looks really, really good. Very happy with it. Got no real complaints with it. I'm going to go throw this one on a couple straps, and then we'll get back to the review. And here we are on a rubber silicone strap. I think it looks pretty good. Just black rubber. Not a surprise there. Got a few more I'm going to put it on though. Here we are, kind of a dark green Perlon strap. Yeah, these straps are great. Actually, leaving the link down below. Yeah, really happy with these ones. Great for summer, I think. It doesn't quite go with this watch, but yeah, I think they actually have a brighter green color, so maybe that would look pretty cool. But yeah, what do you guys think? And here we are on a green kind of oyster flex style silicone strap. This is one that came off of my San Martin SN044, I believe. Matches pretty close to that green on the dial. I think this is as close as I'm going to get. I think it does look really good though this way. What do you guys think? Kind of brings out that second hand. Looks really good. All right, I'm going to go throw it on some more. Here we are on a two-piece canvas khaki strap. This is one lifted off of my marker. I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? And here we are on a black vintage leather. So link will be down in the description. Really nice watch straps for about $10 or like $13. Yeah, I think it looks alright on this. Not my favorite, but yeah, just wanted to give you a look of black leather on this thing. Alright, so we'll get real close and we'll talk about the case finishing on this. So you can see you've got a fully polished bezel here, as you can see there. Looks pretty good. This one did arrive with a scratch here. I thought it was just in the unboxing you saw it. I thought it was tape residue, but it's definitely arrived with a scratch, or it somehow got a scratch within the first couple minutes. So that's just kind of the nature of these polished surfaces. They're going to get scratches. But I've been wearing this one for quite a while now, and it looks pretty good. So I think it was just a fluke that this one arrived with it. I'm all right with that. I'll take the hit so someone else doesn't have to. But anyway, so the tops of the lugs, they are vertically brushed, as you can see here. Brushing is done pretty good. Definitely not the best, but it's kind of what you expect from Pagani Design. Good from afar, but far from good, right? You see the polished sides here are done really nicely. Quite impressed with the polishing on this, actually. The transitions from the brush to the polish, again, pretty nice. Even getting up real close like this, you still aren't seeing too much bleed over in the transition there. So I am pretty happy with the case finishing on this. The case back on this, it's a mixture of brushed and polished, and I guess bead blasted or something like that. It's got a picture of a mountain with some cross axes here, and a spec sheet around the outside with the PD1692 branding on it. Nice simple notches for a tool to get into. Really happy with that. And then the bottom of the case itself is a circular brushing, and it seems like all these bottom edges here have been honed. It's a pretty comfortable watch. I think they did a pretty good job on the case itself. Pretty happy with it. All right, so let's talk about the crystal. So crystal on this, it is the sapphire crystal, as you can see there. So it is a flat piece of sapphire crystal. Clear anti-reflective coating on the underside really keeps the dial nice and crisp and clear and easy to read. I've got no complaints with the crystal on this thing. They should start doing this on all of their models because, yeah, it's a great crystal. It's nothing fancy. It's not domed or anything like that, but it just looks good and it fits the style of the watch. I'm really happy with it. So let's talk about the dial on this thing. So on this model, it is a glossy black dial. You can see the reflection of that second hand right there. So it's a really deep, dark, glossy black, and it looks great. I don't see any issues with the dial itself. The printing on the dial, you have a simple printed minute tracker on the outside. You've got Japan movement down here at the 6 o'clock. And then you've got the 5, 10, 20, 25, 35, 40, 50, 55. Those are all printed with Lume. We'll get to Lume shot in just a second, but they're printed really nicely. You see you got that 05, so that's the new style Air King dial. Yeah, I don't have any issues with that. They're all printed really nicely, even getting right up close to them. They're done really good, and you can see here they kind of have. I'm just noticing this now. If you look at the 20 here, see if it'll focus. It actually has like a white, there you go, look at the 25. So it has like a white background to it and then Lume printed on top of it. So yeah, I didn't even notice that until getting this close to it. So I think it looks really good. Yeah, really happy with that. The applied parts of the dial here. So we've got an applied triangle at 12 o'clock. We've got an applied logo at 12 o'clock. Then you've got the 3, 6, and 9. I mean, those are done really nicely. Getting real close, I guess you can see some not so nice surfaces and edges, but I mean, you're never going to get this close. Never going to get this close. They look pretty darn good. Yeah, really happy with them. I think they might be a little oversized, maybe, or maybe that triangle needs to be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. Something just seems a little off on that, but I do think the overall look of it looks really cool. You've got that automatic 20 bar 200 meters printed in green at the 6 o'clock position, and then you've got that nice green lollipop second hand. Yeah, really cool pop of color there. I know the Rolex has the green and yellow up here. I'm glad they didn't go yellow. That's a bit too much, but I do like this little pop of green. And you can see, I mean, they did a really good job of it. Very happy with it. It looks really good. The handset itself might be a little bit short. Yeah, it's just a hair short, but not too bad that it looks out of place, in my opinion. The handset itself is actually pretty nice. One of Pagani's nicer Mercedes-style handsets, I think. Yeah, pretty happy with it overall. Not anything to complain about. I'm going to bring in the other style. So this is the Submariner style, I guess. These ones all have a date window at 3 o'clock. As you can see here, the date does sit a little bit low in there, but it's a nicely framed or a nicely chamfered date window. Sunburst effect on this dial. I believe the blacks are just a glossy black, or maybe it's a matte black. I'm not really sure. But this one's been out for a while, so I would suggest going to check out some of the other reviews. Off the top of my head, I know Mr. Budget Watch. I'll leave his channel up here. He has reviewed this one, I'm pretty sure. So go check out his review of that if you want to see some more pictures of this thing. But yeah, I think it's fine. Applied indices at all the hour markers here. Done pretty nicely. I've got no real problem with it. So the lume on these things. So I'm going to put this up like this, because this is how the lume is going to show up. So yeah, I'm going to pop up a lume shot right now. And here you can see both of these watches against another one in my collection. And, you know, they're all right. Some of Pagani's better lumed watches, I would say. But definitely nothing great. The Submariner style is a blue lume all the way through. The Air King dial, the applied indices and the hands are all blue lumed, and then the minute numerals are green lumed. And those green lumed numerals, they fade pretty quickly, pretty much instantly. But the other applied parts of the dial, they do hang on okay, I guess. Just don't expect really good lume from these things. They're okay. So let's talk about the movement in this thing. So you guys know it, you guys love it. It's the Seiko NH35 operated by this 3 o'clock screw down crown. It is a signed screw down crown on both models. Screw in, screw out action, really nice. You can see on this one you do have a ghost date position. You can hear that clicking around and back. Second position, hacks the movement, 26,600 beats per hour, about 40 hours of power reserve. It hacks, it hand winds, it does everything you need it to do. Super cheap if you ever need to replace it, super easy to work with if you ever need to replace it. I love the NH35 and I've got no problems with them using it. It is, I guess, worth noting that this model here does have a date window, so no ghost date position. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's talk about the bracelet on this thing. So this is the typical bracelet you get with Pagani Design, the oyster style bracelet that you get with Pagani Design. It comes on their subs, it comes on their oyster perpetual homages, it comes on these ones. And that is to say that it is serviceable. It's just not great. Same with the clasp. And yeah, it's a fine bracelet. It's just nothing really great. So let's get into it. So we have solid end links. We have solid links. We've got screw pins for adjusting. You've got a fully milled clasp here. We'll talk about the clasp in just a little bit. The bracelet itself, this one is working pretty good. If you saw my unboxing, one of these links, I can't remember which one it was, they both feel really good now, was pretty stiff out of the box. I just dumped some baby oil on it, worked it in, and it's been fine since then. So yeah, if you have that problem, baby oil works really good. So you have a brushed top surface here, which is done pretty decently. It's definitely not perfect, but it's not bad. Again, it's serviceable. You've got polished on the sides here, which matches the side of the case. Pretty nicely done there. The end link fitment, really nice and solid in here. Very happy with that. Follows the curvature of the case pretty good. Definitely could be a little bit better, but again, it's pretty darn good, I think. So the bracelet does taper from 20 millimeters down to 16 millimeters at the clasp. So the clasp on this is your typical Pagani Design clasp. It is fully brushed on the top here. You've got some sharp corners right here. Other than that though, it's pretty comfortable. You've got polished on the sides here. You've got your single flip lock, and then you lift up this latch here, and that gets you to the inside. Again, fully milled on the inside. Pretty nicely done as your typical Pagani Design clasp. If you had one before, you've had it again. This is Easy Link extension here. This is the Sweaty Day extension. It's like a 50% chance that it's going to work or not. On this one, it is rather stiff, but it has loosened up, I'll say that. But it's more stiff than it needs to be. And then you can get a spring bar in right there, and you can use these micro adjusts. So kind of a pain in the butt to get to, but hopefully you only have to do it once, and then you'll be done with it. So again, this bracelet, if you've had a Pagani Design with an oyster style bracelet in the past, you've basically know exactly what to expect with this thing. It's fine. It's just nothing special. That's all. So there you go, guys. That's the new Pagani Design PD1692 Air King homage, and also the Explorer homage. This one here, it's been around for a while. I know it's been reviewed by quite a few people, so go check out some other reviews for this one. This is the big star of the show, and I know that these are both on sale during the upcoming sale. So, you know, $86 I think is what they told me. So really good price for it. I think you're going to be happy with it. It looks pretty cool. Something a little bit different from Pagani Design. It doesn't have the big Pagani branding on it or anything like that. Nice pop of color as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I do think this is the best Air King homage on AliExpress today. So yeah, go check it out, guys. I will be leaving their links down below. Thank you guys so much for using my affiliate links and subscribing, liking posts, all that stuff. Really does help the channel grow. If you guys want to see some more pictures of this, head on over to my Instagram, and you know, maybe I'll be giving some of these away. I know I got to give this one away here, so stay tuned to the channel for that. If you guys have any questions or comments about this thing, drop them down below. Let me know what you think of it. Do you like it? You don't like it? You think they should have added the crown guards? What do you think? I kind of like it without the crown guards, and I like it with the 55 there, or the 05 there. Yeah, really happy with this watch. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think that's about it. So I'll see you in the next one. See ya.